Hello beautiful beings, my name is Nick and welcome back to my channel. This channel is all about spirituality and self-mastery. Today we're going to talk about a technique that I've recently learned actually on how to cut off negative energetical ties that may be attached to your spirit body, to your soul. So let's jump into it. So I've received this email from someone inside the community that wanted to share an actual trick that he actually learned recently on how to at least increase the likelihood of you achieving a successful out-of-body experience. So let's take a quick look at this technique that I'm talking about. So he said that he actually received information on this technique while he heard about it through Pleiadians channeled texts through a known channeler, Barbara Marciniak or whatever. And so she channels messages, and apparently that's what he heard on one of the messages she actually received. Basically, it is comprised of self-spinning your body in a clockwise motion at the very least 5 or 6 times, or as many turns as you find necessary. And basically using your hands and your legs as helpers to help balance your body as you're spinning clockwise. Then you suddenly stop and you lie down in a comfortable position. And he suggested to basically put our hands in a praying position and put it like close to our head right after, as our head is still spinning in the opposite direction. Basically concentrating your energy onto your spirit body. He actually mentioned that this technique actually worked so well for out of body that it was actually quite scary. I really like how you mention a beautiful comparison between those motions and the ones you can see sometimes in the katas. Certain motions they do in sequence in karate, or even some Turkish dances which you compared it to, which found really beautiful comparisons. It's true that they do have similarities. To be honest with you guys, when I actually first received this email, I was a little bit skeptical since I've never actually heard of a technique like this before. But I decided to make my own research and I got my own answers. Okay, so what I've discovered is that this is a very, very ancient technique. It's a magical technique, and it is part of witchcraft. A more recognizable term would be more like clockwise and counterclockwise witchcraft. Historically, some religions might actually see it as evil, but in my opinion, it depends on a couple factors. It depends on the intention you put into it. It depends on the direction of the spin, whether it's clockwise or counterclockwise, and your actual location on Earth. If you're more in the northern or if you're more in the southern hemisphere. All these factors will play a huge factor into knowing if it's positive or not. Most of the time, doing the clockwise spin is associated with positive energies. The spin actually creates a natural vortex of energy around you and creates a natural pull of energy in your environment, a natural prana pull, the infinite energy of the universe that we have constantly around us. The spin creates a natural vortex of energy around you and actually naturally amplifies your natural spirit energy. Thus, this technique can actually greatly help you dissolving any negative energy cords that may still be attached to your body / soul. You gotta have to understand that everything in this universe is energy. Everything is always in constant interaction. So wherever you go in your life, wherever place you go, wherever people you interact with, whatever food you consume, everything that you consume around you, wherever place you go, you will have a certain amount of energy from that person or that place or that thing that you actually consume still attached to you. It happens. Let's say you go somewhere where it's super, super, super negative or whatever, and it keeps kind of haunting you for a little while after, until you actually remove the energy blocks. And sometimes all this energy, like everything always gives and receives energy. So you have these energetical cords sometimes, even when you don't notice it. I personally had some negative energy actually stuck with me not too long ago. And even with meditation, that thought, that thing wasn't going away 100%. So I actually tried this technique and it really helped greatly to actually remove it. So to answer your question, David, yes, absolutely. This technique might very well help, like it happened to you, right? To go OBE. So this technique can greatly help increase the chance of going out of body, even though it's not necessarily a technique made for that. Because what it does, it cuts off the energetical cords around your soul. It pretty much cuts off the dead weight, right? So you actually keep more energy to you. This negative energy cord, that could be a thought, that could be anything, keeps sucking energy out of you. So by doing this technique, it may help to completely dissolve the negative energy and cords, completely goes away, and then you just keep more energy inside your soul, right? So you have more spirit energy or etheric energy, whatever you want to call it. That energy your soul has, you have more of it to actually lift off. It's going to be easier for you to get out of your body because you have more energy in general to go out and explore. And this initial energy that you need to lift off out of the body. So to clarify to everybody, this is not dark magic, this is actually white magic. For the goodness of oneself and for the greatest good of all of humanity. Because once you start to actually improve your life, you improve the world around you. Because everything is energy and everything is interconnected. So the more you improve your life, the more people around you are going to get some of that energy and are going to actually improve their lives at the same time. So we work with positive energies here, not negative energies, okay? It's not the other way around. So to re-clarify, the spin actually creates an energy vortex around you, a nice vortex. And this vortex actually pulls on prana energy, right? It pulls that's when you actually do it in a clockwise fashion. So doing it in a counterclockwise motion would actually break the flow of prana and would actually drain you of vital life force energy, unless you live in the southern hemisphere, in which the natural prana flow is actually inverted because of the position of the sun and of the stars. So basically, if you live in South America or anywhere in the world in the southern hemisphere, then the counterclockwise motion is preferred because you go more with the natural flow of things and prana where you live. I know it's very deep stuff, but I think it's very important to mention to help clarify some negative dogmas or some negative thoughts associated with it. But people will always have negative associations with things they don't understand. So to go back to the clockwise spinning, a friend of mine actually suggested doing it 21 times instead of 5 to 6 times. So it might be good. Whatever variation of the technique works best for you if you want to use this technique. So anyways, this was just like a small video on showing you guys a technique if you want to boost your spirit energy, and if you want to especially break negative energy cords that may still be attached to you if you haven't been able to clear them. So anyways, that is all for today, my friends. Have an absolutely gorgeous day. Stay blessed. I love all of you. And always, always keep the smile and keep moving forward towards your own dreams, aspirations, and keep rocking like the star you absolutely are. I love you. Peace.